now they get that offense revving, and they get the quick strike ability going. 4 plays, 75 yards, a minute and a half. There's a 45-yard play to Marvin Harrison, who's one of my players of the games, no doubt. And Henderson takes in from 8 yards out on a TD. Minute 30, 4 plays. Ohio State goes up 14-3.
Yeah. Just to touch on Marvin Harrison, I know there was some who were a little down on him last week against Notre Dame.
Yep.
And he had a little bit of the whole receiver corps had a little bit of a slow start with everything we already mentioned. But I think he came on pretty solid at the end, making some big catches to move the chains. But today he definitely stepped up in a big way. There was one thing, if I was coaching him, I would definitely pound the table on. And that was I don't want to get ahead of myself. Because I know you're kind of going through a flow, but he really showed up overall and stepped up to say, hey, I'm here. And, I'm a force to be reckoned with because he has the size and the hands. And I'm just waiting for him to continue just to assert himself and really be dominant on a consistent basis. But he really did well today.
You got to remember, B, it's only his third start ever. He had a Rose Bowl start, Notre Dame start, and it's his third start ever. So, I mean, granted, we all know the bloodline is there.
Yeah.
The genetics is there. So, he's going to be great. It's just a matter of getting reps and those game reps, okay? You can do what you want in practice. But when the time is on the clock and we're playing for real, that's when we want to see it. So he's getting those reps and he's going to be fine. So basically that takes it to the end of the first quarter. Ohio State up 14-3. Again, the defense does a tremendous job. They force a 3-and-out on Arkansas State. They get the ball back. They go on a nice 8-play drive. Stover with a nice catch. I don't know about you. C.J. Stroud, being that they don't have Njigba, Fleming is still out, which I got to tell you, it kills me inside that Julian Fleming has not been able to get on the field here yet because of injuries. One of the most snake bit players that I know right now. And have you heard anything on why or what the injury might be right now by chance with Julian Fleming?
No, they've been really, really hush about Fleming's injury. Well, they're pretty good with that in general, with being hush.
Yes.
But I think with him, because he's been so snake bit, if we played Michigan today, he probably would have played. It's more of a, let's be careful, preventative.
Sure.
We don't need to play you today. But to your point, the time is ticking. And, I'm sure he would want to be out in the field. But at this point, it's just like, man, let's not take any chances. But I haven't heard anything specific about his injury. So I'm guessing they may even hold him out against Toledo next week just to be careful. We'll see. Hopefully he plays, though, because he's going to need those reps against the Big Ten.
Yes.
So I'm hoping he's well enough to play against Toledo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mentioned this last week, too. I mean, really, you hold Nick Njigba out. There's no need for Nick Njigba to play today. And if Fleming is still aching, there's no need for him. Because if Ohio State struggles with Arkansas State, then there's greater issues with the team than we are aware of. And so you might as well erase any type of national championship play at that point if you're going to struggle with Arkansas State without them two guys. Stover makes a great catch. And then the Harrison TD. Why it's not reviewed, I have no idea. From the angle that they showed, it looked like a clean catch. It looked like he turned upfield. Looks like the ball breaks the plane of the line of the goal line, and it gets punched out. I mean, it was almost simultaneous, but I mean, from where they stopped it at and where Mike Pereira come in and even explained it, that I see what you guys see. The ball broke the plane before it was punched out. So regardless, we don't get a score there, but Ruggles comes in and boots a field goal to put him up 17-3.
Yeah, and you know what? A couple of things here. Number one, I feel like referees sometimes have a bias in the sense that, well, they have a bias in general because they're humans, but specifically in the sense that if this was a bigger game, if this was the Notre Dame game, I think it would have been scrutinized more. I think, and this is just me just thinking, I think in the back of their minds, they're like, it's a 44-point spread. They'll still score. No, you know what I mean. It's just like
I get you.
give it to
Yeah,
him.
that's not going to determine this game, basically.
Exactly. So whatever, we'll let it go. This Ohio State, they're going to score. I think that's kind of the subconscious thinking. But on the flip side about Marvin Harrison, and again, this is me in the if I'm Brian Hartline, I'm coaching him up as, hey, you see this? Secure the ball.
Yes.
So I think it was a touchdown after further review. Yes. But even with that said, I am coaching him up hard and say, listen, we may need this play in the future. Secure the ball. I would drill him to make sure that he's doing that. And I think that's a great coaching moment in a game that didn't matter, that we were going to win, to be able to get him more aware of the importance of that. But with that said, it was definitely a touchdown. Even what was the ref, the TV ref?
Mike Pereira.
He even said it was a touchdown. So, yeah, it was ridiculous, but it was Arkansas State, so it's like whatever.
And to your point, it is a great teaching point, because here he is, just real quick. I mean, his final stats were, 7 catches for 184 yards and 3 touchdowns. But as great of a game that he played, that's where you say, Coach Hartline, come in and say, and you give Arkansas State some credit too, because that punch play now, so many more players have adopted that on tackles, coming in almost punch first to try to get the ball. And it was a perfect shot on the ball that forced it out. And to your point again, bigger games down the road, that may mean something. So it is a great teaching point from there. So yeah, excellent. So after that, give Arkansas State a little bit of credit. And again, we have a Burke sighting again here. Chance Fleming, the receiver for Arkansas State. The kid's got some wheels and made a great double move on the sideline that Burke bid on, and Blackman with a great pass down for a big play. But the thing I love about that, Ohio State has given up some big plays this year in 2 games, but in the past, the last 2 years, the Coombs defenses, it's a touchdown. We're giving up a touchdown. You know what I mean?